Hi Guy, I'm very excited to present you my new setup in the quattro format, which is quattro means double stereo for concert halls or any venue that has four speakers and two mixers, or four speakers and you bring your own mixer as extra. So no sound today, I'm just gonna show the behind the scenes stuff. My last two videos were quattro from the rehearsing studio, but these were recorded from the mixer, and this full autonomous setup where all the sound will exit from two cosmoses. So let me first thing first. Here's the pipe. This is my home studio setup, so I'll be using headphones, so no sound for now. So the pipe goes where I have two Lyras for a few years now, so because Lyra gives beautiful reverb, the pipe is plugged directly into two Lyras, right to right, left to left. Nothing hard so far. And then because the Lyra has raw sound, before I got all this setup, I had a different setup which involved the headphones output to the Lyra, so I can use only cables that you buy from the store, or you can get already ready. But because the Lyra has such a raw sound when you play them, I want to have the Lyra go at least through one effector, one pedal, which is this one. In my case, actually I have two pedals in this setup. This is the Universal Tesseract, which is a clone of the Death by Audio Rooms, with upgrade that you have two effectors in one box, and you can switch between them using latch or moment. And I have the Eventide Space, which is a classic. So I go back to my setup. So the pipe goes into two Lyras in stereo, which because the pipe has a beautiful stereo sound, as the manual says, which is very true, because every time I play mono I hear the difference right away. So this goes into two Lyras. One I got in 2019, one I got in 2022, into the Tesseract, which adds beautiful reverb. And when you play these knobs in the digi mode, you get a beautiful, something like a cello side tone, which you can tune. And because you have two units in one box, you can, which I do here, tune them in select different settings, and when you switch, the cello tone side tone will switch also. So this goes into the Eventide Space, which has a lot of classical effects. Classical in the sense that there are what you would expect from any setup as good reverbs. This is basic dark matter for now, just to have some extra reverb. But the point is that the space will act as a preamp, whereas when I play only with this and straight in the Cosmos, the sound will get weak. The sound won't remain, the sound won't be bloomed. So when I chain this into the space, because it also acts as a preamp, the sound will be bloomed, like pre-mastered. So anyway, this is input from this, and I have two Soma Cosmoses, which are hard to get in Russia because they are made in Poland. Go figure. And anyways, took me years to have two. One tell why or how. I just mentioned in passing that they're hard to get in Russia, so I have two now. Recently I got the second one, and So these are cables. In my first attempt at this, I had no such cable, but Vlad told me you should have master just weld a cable that is mono to double mono. So this is one. So this is just a cable that used to be stereo. I bought from the store, and I had a technician just to weld it into mono, to have one mono to double mono. Why do I do this? Because with the space, if you just plug a stereo cable in here, like this one, the space will detect that you have stereo here and will shut down this cable, so it won't work. So you need, and also this pedals does this sometimes. So you need just weld a mono jack into two mono jacks. So what I did here, because right is right, so I have this one going into, as you can see here, the right on either cosmoses. So this red cable here, which is mono, is mono here on the right input on that one's cosmos, and the right here on this input of the left cosmos, which are a little tense because the length is exactly spread like the space they take the boxes here. And so the left cable is the same. This is the left output, goes in the left, where is it? Yeah, the left of this cosmos. This is, sorry, this is the headphones. I will explain later. So this, so confusing. This mono cable goes into here and here, which means the right output of the pedal Eventide Space goes in the right input of either cosmos. The left output of the space goes in the left input of either cosmos. And what is here is a cable that will have, it's plugged on the headphones output of either cosmos and goes into a female small stereo jack cable like this into my headphones. So now all the sound is in both cosmoses. So why are they doing a special sound? Because if you read the Cosmos page on the website from Soma Synth, you can read that there are several flashes for different purposes. So this Cosmos has the normal flash RAM, which you can load up here. There's some USB port somewhere in here, which you can load the flash file into a MS-DOS formatted USB stick and press some buttons and with upgrade, change the flash RAM to that what you just loaded on the USB stick. So this Cosmos, which has some paint scratches, is my old one. I recognize them like this. Has the classical flash, like the normal out of the factory flash. And this Cosmos here, which I bought from a friend, has now the quattro flash RAM, which is similar to the normal flash, except has some nuances, like some slag setting changes, that like when you play both of these Cosmos on 4 speakers, it will make a super surround sound like out of the box, which is great. And then all this goes, as I said, with this cable into my headphones, so I can play at home, but of course I don't sing so loud at home as I would in the studio. It's just for testing for now. And most importantly, so we have two stereos and I want to make videos, so I need something like this, but you can use a computer or two computers or whatever solution. This is Tascam recorder 700 something. I will put the reference in the description. So let me show an example. Now I take the pipe. So now you can see that in my recorder, which has 4 inputs, you have 4 separate tracks going and the mix. And this recorder will produce several sound files. It will produce 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then it produces a mix which is left and right. So 1 or 2 are the same. 1 and 2 are stereo and 3 and 4 are stereo, and the mix is additive of both, which is just 1 stereo. So if I take 1, 2 and 3, 4, I will have 2 stereo tracks which I can mix in the video editor or in Ableton or whatever, and produce quattro sound, which I will surround to my taste at the editing stage. And so if you do have surround sound in your home and you watch any of my videos which says quattro sound, you will have actual quattro sound from 2 cosmoses with no computer involved except for panning the result. And if I would have anything extra from this, like a guest player, or if I want to add Quantum Ocean or Polyvox or whatever, then I have to switch back to the mixer and put everything on mixer and record the output from the mixer from 2 different stereo output from the mixer. But the problem is that I noticed in the Polyvox video, if you listen to it, the mixer will often introduce some parasite sounds. So the most beautiful sound will be recorded when I use only 2 cosmoses. So stay tuned for incoming videos from this setup. I'm looking forward. We take a little more time in the editing to make sure the sound does justice to the setup, because it took me a while to get this together, not just from acquiring all the instruments, but actually researching, doing all the legwork of collecting these cables and finding a solution that's viable. And I just tested in my headphones and it sounds really beautiful. So I'm excited and looking forward for this, to use this setup, and stay tuned in my channel on YouTube for the next videos. Bye.